Welcome back. Welcome to our second segment. This is our trade of the week for the week of August 30th, 2025. As always, we start with our gap trades. We go back and we see how Monday, Tuesday, um, gaps, and even Wednesday, they were all filled nicely. Friday, we had this big gap from the PCE, and this is hasn't been filled. So we should be aware of that. And then we see what we just based. And as I said, it was a really holiday in a sense. Most people left. We had a gold trace. We did two parts. We had a call the 314, and we see how everything worked out. Of course, should have had a runner, but it is the discipline, right? So the Friday again, the markets opened nicely. We had closed three of them on Thursday, and then the rest closed on Friday. Of course, if you would have held it, that would have been this would have been a very very good trade, 300 percenter. We also did 313, which was even better. I mean, going from for instance around $1 going all the way to almost $4 and change. So that's a big move. But again, it's all about discipline. So pay attention to that and see how nicely the gold had behaved. This is one of the reasons we were on the 10 minutes and 30 minutes and then 60 minutes on a monthly, day, weekly, daily. Everything is lined up. So that's why we saw the strength, and that's how you play. You can see the DMI negative, positive crossing negative. The trend is up. So everything lined up for your trade. Um, Also, I have to mention about the futures. You have to decide you want to be day trader or you want to do scalping. Scalping is really in and out. So we had few trades on scalping. This is on Thursday and Wednesday or Thursday. That's like you see this quick in and outs. So your goal is to just make a point and a half, and just get out. I know, like there was one trade, it was exactly 6 seconds. So that's how you have to make a decision. Do not start negotiating with yourself. As far as the ETF of the week, UFO, that's the Procure for Space ETF, was up 8.1%. On the other hand, the crypto is understandable. The digital economy CRPT was down 3.7%. Amplify Alternative, again, MJ was up 8%, and the Global Wind Energy Fan was down 3.4%. When we look at the stocks of the week, as always, our Magnificent Seven, based on relative strength, we see Google has been, or Alphabet has been the best performer. Then Apple, after retracing, has moved back up. And then MAG's ETF and after that is Amazon, Tesla, although it had a bad Friday, Microsoft after the earnings was down, Meta, and of course Nvidia. Now we'll talk a little bit more about Nvidia. We see we broke below its 20-day moving average. When we look at Apple, we see how nicely it went to its expected move and stopped right there. When we see on a daily and weekly. Now, weekly, I have said it before, we having a wedge building, so we really need to break above this resistance for the next leg up to go back to 260 area. You see on a weekly, we have this resistance at the upper edge of the cloud. So the 30 minutes and 60 minutes are looking okay. It's getting a little tired, but we are above the turning line on cloud, and I mean on daily, and we are above the cloud. Amazon again stayed within its expected move. We see that one is also nicely above on a long term, above its cloud, and then Google has been the strongest, just broke a little bit above its expected move and hit the all-time high, and the chart looks beautiful from 10, 30, 60, daily, weekly, monthly. That's how you can analyze that you're on the right side. Nvidia, on the other hand, had a fantastic earnings. It was not a problem, but you have these whisper numbers on the revenue side, mainly because of China. They had no sales in China, so that played an effect. So it didn't show itself on Thursday, but then Friday had a reason to sell off. But we'll see if this is reaction after Monday holiday. We'll see how the market's going to react. But we still stayed within our expected zone. I mean, that's amazing. It was supposed to be a $12 move, and the worst it was even after earning was like 6 or 7. So we very much respected our expected move even after the earnings. So you see on the cloud, we're still above the cloud. The negative DMI has crossed, but we see the power of the trend is slowing down, and we have broken below the turning line and standard line, but on a weekly we're still up, monthly up. But you see how the 10 minutes and 30 minutes gave you a heads up. So again, we'll see. We are moving again. The slope is up as far as the trend goes, but we were tired for quite a bit in the past. You see how the trend has been slowing down. So but again, this is we'll see if this is more of a fundamental shift or this is more of a sector rotation at this time, and AI stocks are still strong. Tesla was another one which hit its expected move, and then by Friday we were down, and you can see where we went. We hit against the upper edge of expected move on a weekly, and then also Tesla came down on Friday and hit just trend line on the 60 minutes. We were right in the lower edge of the on our cloud. So let's watch that if you're doing more of a swing trading or shorter trading. As far as the squeeze goes, we will use Russell top 200. Nvidia is one of them on the squeeze. Schwab, and we see Medtronics, Netflix. So some ideas for the weekend. Last week we had we had obviously some good earnings. 44 of them went up, 30 went down, 32 reported positive, 18 negative. Forward guidance was 23 positive, 7 negative. Marva Technology was one of them. It missed expectations. Dell was another one. It missed expectations. We also had Okta. Again, it missed expectation, and Dollar General, which is one of our holdings, they beat the expectation. So I just wanted to show you these as far as what happened on after their earnings. So this past week we've had a lot of down stocks after their earnings were announced. This coming week, we still got some earnings again, whether it's in the retail like Dollar Tree and Macy's or Campbell's. We also have like DocuSign and Zscaler, for instance, or Neo. So and watch for like DocuSign and for the volatility. But the big one is Broadcom, which will be coming on Thursday. So it's expected to beat. Also, Lululemon, one of our value stocks, is expected to beat the estimates. So it will be important to watch that. Salesforce is expected to beat. Zscaler is expected to beat. And how about Dollar Tree is expected to beat? American Eagle Outfitters is expected to beat. So is DocuSign. I hope that was helpful. Have a wonderful holiday weekend, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.